So you said we were going to a gin distillery.
We are. It's maritime gin, so we need maritime botanicals.
Wait, we're going down there?
Yeah, just gonna pop down there.
How?
With these.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, there's a seagull. This is amazing! Lady, you've got to see this!
No chance.
Adi, this is fabulous! Beautiful! Adi? Adi?
It's ridiculous. Every single time. Oh, God. Thanks for mentioning the path that I could have just walked down.
Oh, you found the path?
Yeah, I found the path and then I fell down it 4 times, and you can buy me a new pair of shoes.
You could have come that way.
No, just no. Anyway, I'm here now. Where are we going?
Right, we're going to see my friend James. We're going to do some foraging.
Yep.
He's somewhere over there. So, you ready?
Let's do it. Oh, dearie me.
So for this second leg of our journey, we'll be hugging the Atlantic coast from Donegal to County Limerick. But we're starting at Muckross Head in the shadow of the stunning Slieve League. It may be wild and windswept, but it's also the inspiration for a unique local gin.
Hello, James.
Hello.
Hey, Helen.
This is
Hello,
Adi.
hello. Very nice to meet you.
And you, Adi.
I'm told that you make one of the world's only maritime gins.
That's right. We set out to capture the magic of the sea by using 5 locally harvested seaweeds in a gin.
So it's a very savoury style of gin.
That's right. So you get about 40 different seaweeds around this headland in total. There's about 5 or 6 really useful ones from a flavour perspective.
Okay.
And I've actually got some here if you want to see them.
Yes.
So this one is Dulce. This is the one that inspired the gin. It has a taste like smoky bacon crisps.
No way.
And this one here is carrageen moss. And this is a superfood. And then I have finally pepper dulse. So this is a beautiful little jewel of a seaweed, the truffle of the sea.
Oh.
And this tastes like a sort of garlic chorizo. So
Wow.
it's spicy, it leaves your lips tingling, and it's what gives our gin this big umami kick. But actually the one we haven't got is Doulaman, which gives the gin its name. So if you want, we can go find some.
Yes, of course.
Let's
do it.
Yeah.
Let's go do it.
All right.
Over the last decade, gin has soared in popularity as craft distilleries become bolder with their botanicals. Slieve League may not be the only distillery using seaweed in their gin, but I'm pretty sure they're the only ones using a blend of 5 different varieties.
So what you can see here, this is Doulaman. So when you're picking it, you want to leave at least a third of it behind so that it regrows. So if you eat the fronds, they taste slightly woody, but you can eat these.
Thank you. Oh, that's nice.
It is, isn't it? It's got a kind of sort of savoury parsnippy kind of taste.
Ooh.
Yes. Parsnip.
It's a nice little snack, that. How long does it take to regrow then, would you say?
So we get about 2 crops or 3 crops off this in a year.
Oh, wow. Right, should we have a little snip?
Yeah, do you want to go first?
Go on then, will you hold my bucket? Thank you. All right, so
There we
I
go.
need to keep 2/3 on. Hello,
That's it.
ocean. Here we go. Oh,
Yes.
I'm good at this. It's quite tranquil as well, giving the ocean a little haircut. I feel like I'm doing my bit to help make some gin as well, which makes me very happy.
We need a lot more than that, so let's keep going.
Can I have a go?
Of course you can.
There's some bigger bits out here, Helena. I'll watch the waves for you,
There's the
don't you
water.
worry.
Don't get swept out to ocean, please.
To make the 22,000 bottles of gin he produces every year, James needs around 750 kilos of seaweed. That's a lot of snipping with a small pair of scissors.
crack on.
Amazing.
So,
Well, all this hard work's making me a bit thirsty.
would you like to try some?
I think so, yeah.
Terrible hinting.
Although James has lived abroad for many years, his ancestors were renowned Donegal distillers, and he always dreamt that one day he'd follow in their footsteps. So in 2014 he came home with his Zimbabwean wife Moira and set up Sleeve League Distillers, the first distilling company in Donegal for over 175 years.
This is Moira, my wife.
Hiya.
The
And,
famous
and
Moira.
as I said, yes, unfortunately she's a much better distiller than I am.
So where did you start with using these seaweeds in the gin?
We have a tiny little still at home, and we distilled about 20 of different seaweeds on their own. And the first time the still ever went on, there was gloop coming out of every which way.
No.
That's why we decided, you know what, we're just going to put them all in this still and see what happens. And
Bingo.
it worked how we wanted. We use our seaweeds dry because that's how we store them, and that's it, dried up.
Very savoury.
Very safe.
Savoury and almost like parfum.
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 And then this one's kelp, and this sort of smells like some tobacco.
Okay. I'm not feeding it to you.
Oh, I like that.
There's a smokiness
It's
to
nice,
it.
isn't it? Yes.
So how strong is the flavour of the seaweed when you actually taste the gin?
I don't want the gin to taste of seaweed. I want it to remind you of being at the sea.
Oh, wow. I
I'm just
totally
gonna
get what
nose
you
it.
mean. The nuances in there of the different seaweeds, but it's not fishy, it's not seaweedy, but it's got that savouriness to it, and the pepper just comes through. And
It's beautiful with oysters, with seafood.
Oh.
If you do this with sushi, it's incredible.
This makes me feel like it's a gin for people who might not think they like gin because it's not that heavy on the juniper up front.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you, and I think it's so important to have gins that tap into that savoury element beyond just that overpowering sweetness, because that's all we seem to see these days. That's brilliant.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're
What a
welcome.
pleasure.
Well, there you go.
welcome.
Right for the
Cheers.
sea.
Cheers.
Thank you so
Cilantro.
much. Cilantro.
Cilantro.
Well, after your incredibly thoughtful little treat for me earlier, I have planned a little something for you.
All right.
Yeah. You know, the beautiful waterfalls of Ireland. Yeah, take it all in. Take it all in. Go on, go on.
Is this my treat?
Yeah, it is. And it's fabulous. You're gonna love it.
Why are you pushing me?
As well as being an abseiling adrenaline junkie, Helena loves a good old pamper too. And it turns out that seaweed doesn't just make delicious gin, it also soothes your skin. Apparently.
Isn't that nice? Yeah. Get a bit of seaweed on yourself.
Is it good for you? It is.
No, look, like this, you need to really like get it all over you and put it a bit on your neck.
You use it as a seaweed feather boa.
Oh, that's like a nice scarf. I can see that catching on.
Yeah.
Wear that for next fashion week. I think you'll turn some heads.
This is such a good surprise. Well done.
Oh, this isn't the surprise.
Hello!
Hello! Here we are.
So at this point, I should probably mention that for this leg of our journey, Helena and I will be joined not just by our Irish friend and wine expert Beth, but also by cabaret queen and unofficial Celine Dion impersonator, Vanity Von Glow.
What exactly is this? You're in big buckets of
Seaweed.
seaweed.
I don't
How
know what
fascinating.
type it is, but it's meant to be good for the skin.
Well, I can tell you actually, I know a thing or two about the weeds of the sea. This is actually a type of seaweed known as bladder rack.
Ooh.
Yes, it's actually completely true and completely appropriate because I feel like Adie is bringing the bladder, Helena's bringing the rack. So completely appropriate.
Would you like to hold my seaweed?
I will, yes.
Oh, it's warm.
Oh,
I think you can eat this one.
yeah,
Can you?
why
Try
not?
some.
Shall we?
Yes.
I don't trust you.
No, you
I'm
should.
putting it back in there.
I-
That
it's
is
got
very,
botanicals.
very warm. To be honest, I think I'd rather taste the gin.
Okay.
Sláinte.
Slanja.
Slanja. Slanja.
Just when I thought this day couldn't get any more surreal, AD has one more surprise for me.
The storm is coming on, but I
could stay in this bath all day, but we've got a date with some tasty Irish mussel. 130 miles south in the pristine waters of Clew Bay in County Mayo.
We're going to go out to sea today, guys.
Fantastic.
And I don't know what the correct term is, but we're going to go pick mussels.
Do you pick mussels?
Do you pick mussels? Do you forage mussels?
I've always just ordered them. They show up.
Blackshell Mussel Farm was established in the Sheltered Bay in 1983 by 22-year-old Michael Malloy. Nearly 40 years later, Michael and his mussels are still going strong. And today, he's invited us to lend a little hand.
How's it going, guys?
Hello!
Welcome to Bay. Come on aboard here.
Oh, with pleasure.
Sure.
After you, ladies first.
Yeah. Right, Bess.
Thanks.
One hand on each bar.
Thank you.
So are these the mussels that we're harvesting, as it were?
Yeah, this is what all the excitement is about. These are rope grown mussels. They grow on ropes. 5,000 metres of rope on each line.
Wow.
And there's 85 lines, so there's a lot of rope involved in this game.
How many mussels do you reckon are a part of this farm?
I never counted them. As well as the big ones, we've got lots of little ones, lots of baby ones. So on the top here you can see millions of little tiny baby mussels.
Yeah.
They grow on the seaweed and attach themselves.
And then ocean sustainability is something that we've all been talking about a lot lately.
Yeah.
How are you focusing on sustainability here?
We don't feed them, for starters. We don't treat them. So we don't interfere with their sexuality or we don't muck about them in any way.
That's very progressive.
And we produce very little carbon, so we're very proud of that.
So how do the mussels get from down there and onto the shore?
Right, well, they get onto the boat first. That's
Right.
the first trick.
Thanks to sustainable farming and the clarity of water here, Michael's mussels have been organic since 2010, and now he harvests 1,000 tonnes every year. Much of the process is mechanised, but there are still a few mussel farming jobs which require, well, a bit of muscle.
Here we are, power.
Well done.
I think I was a sea person in a different life.
Yes.
I think you probably were.
Okay.
There's too many bags. I can't keep up with this.
Do you ever find that your hair gets in your face when you're out at sea?
Not really.
Okay, guys, great job. Great job, really beautifully filled, but we just need them on top of those other nets.
I think we should delegate this.
I do think we should delegate it. You know, I know two lovely ladies.
You two, do you want to?
Right, I suppose we better earn our dinner, so...
Yes, yes. If you grab a hold of those and put them over on top of those nets,
Right, oh, God.
Yep.
they'll look a lot heavier than they probably thought.
Come on, Helena.
We're used to shifting cases of wine.
I'll
Yes.
tell you what, I'll just make it a little bit easier.
Thank you. Oh, we'll go down
Well
the
done.
line. Go on.
Yes.
Should we help?
No.
So done. Thank you. Yeah.
6 more, come on.
Come on.
Still a couple left.
Okay, that's great. Great stuff.
Well done, lad.
Well done. Good job.
After all that hard labour, we've worked up quite an appetite.
So we pop them in
Mussels really don't get any fresher than this.
and then lid on tight.
I thought you boiled them first.
No, put in pot and make hot. That's it. Okay, I'm going to gather in some cream, followed by a bit of wine.
Lovely.
Steamed mussels love crisp white wine, light beer and cider. And a good rule of thumb is to take what you want to drink and then use that to steam them. And if there is meat or tomatoes in there, then you'll need something with more body and flavour, like a warm climate rosé or a stout.
So you know oysters are meant to be aphrodisiacs?
Yes.
Are mussels aphrodisiacs too?
Let's pretend they are at some stage.
It's tell
always-
vanity.
Yes, tell vanity. She doesn't need much encouragement.
This is true.
Yes. Any volunteer for a few mussels?
Oh, absolutely.
Yum, yum.
Oh, that's delicious. And then just pinch it like that.
Oh, these are scrumptious. Thank you, chef.
Oh, well done.
Very delicious.
Very good. Very good. Can I have some more?
From fishing to farming, the food and drink of the west coast of Ireland has an indelible connection to the sea. Today, we're heading to the city of Galway to visit a restaurant serving some of the region's best produce. And we've been asked to collect the fish.
I'm a little fishy in a little dishy. I'm a fishy when the sea rolls in. Hello there.
Hello guys, how are you?
Oh, wow, look at this. So what's the catch of the day?
Catch of the day is...
Everything.
The day is the catch, like another catch is the day.
Right then, I think we'll go for the monkfish.
You go for the monkfish? Okay,
Yeah.
that's a very good choice.
Looks a little bit like you when you've had too much to drink the night before.
The last one is fairly big.
That's massive. Thank you so much. Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
They really do look happy. Oh my God, this is so heavy. I can feel something on my trousers. I think I've got fish slime on my trousers. Oh, do you? Oh, why, thank you.
Hello, our little fishy. Oh,
Hello. Look at that.
Look
at that.
God,
Yeah.
what is that?
You're about to find out, darling.
Have you been to space?
Michelin-starred restaurant Ania is owned by chef JP McMahon, and this morning he's giving us a monkfish masterclass.
You can pick your fish.
I'm just going to grab a tail.
Yeah, well, tail is the safest part to grab.
It's
my
quite
Lord.
slippery.
Aye.
Take a good grip of that tail there. I went on a date with this guy the other week.
You kind of want your hand on the fish just to, so the knife doesn't slip.
Have you decapitated things before, Helena? You look comfortable with it.
Put your kind of finger in his eye, and then you can kind of cut.
No! He's moving. Okay.
So do you think this is how the plastic surgeon feels when he has a good go on you, Beth?
I don't know. I'm never conscious for it.
So I just cut all the way
Cut
down there?
all the way down there, yeah?
Okay.
And then if you
Yeah.
hold this bit now.
Oh, that feels really nice to do. Oh, because I didn't get it.
You missed an end. That's okay.
Is that done?
Yeah, wonderful. That's perfect. So guys, I'm really impressed. And I don't always say that. I always say it to children, but not to all the adults. But no, you did a really, really great job. And now I'm going to show you how to cook it. We're going to pan fry the fish and then finish it off in the oven. And sometimes if you cook it the whole way in the pan, what happens is it actually pulls a lot of moisture out of the fish. Now, you need plenty of oil. And the reason why you need plenty of oil is because you're going to sear the fish. And then we're going to put a little bit of sea salt. Now, a nurse once told me my little bit is a lot, so just a disclaimer, and then we're going to put it in.
Oh, yes.
That's going to take about a minute, so we're only going to cook the fish on one side, just so we have a nice sear. So, because that's the flavour. Like this is called the Maillard reaction, which is when protein and sugar burns. When you're going to finish the fish, you take a little bit of butter,
A little bit.
and you pop it in with a little bit of thyme. You want the butter to foam, and you want to cook the other side of the fish in foaming butter. And we're going to pop this into the oven for 3 minutes, okay? Now, we're going to make a sauce. So, a little bit of oil, and we're going to pop our mushrooms in. We're going to take a little bit of whiskey.
Irish whiskey, I imagine?
Irish whiskey, absolutely. Okay, so.
Woo! Wow.
Yeah. My goodness. Vanity's wig just nearly went up in flames.
So then we're going to go in with our cream. And then we're going to season it with these guys, the seed head of the wild garlic. So you salt them for a week and then you pickle them for 3 months. So these are last year's. And so we're going to put some of them into the sauce the same way you'd put gherkins or something. It's going to give the sauce some acidity.
Oh,
Little
I'm like
taste?
salivating over
Perfect.
here. I'm really looking forward to this.
We'll take a little bit of our sea beet and pop that in.
I would put a rich white burgundy with this. But we're in Ireland, so what would you
We
do?
are, so we could pair it with a cider. We'd probably serve it with an Austrian white, like a Grüne Veltliner, or a Southern German white, because they're very low in alcohol and they kind of match the food better.
It's not just white wines that go with fish. Lighter reds like a Beaujolais or Pinot Noir work perfectly too. And you can even have cocktails like a Moscow Mule. Don't live up to the stereotypes. Explore, taste, and just have some fun with it.
Now, monkfish is out. We're going to carve the fish. And then we're going to give it a little rest. And this is important because if you lift this now and put it on the plate, you'll get all this liquid on your plate, and you don't want that. And then we're going to get our sauce. Ooh. Just for the crack, we'll put some roe on it.
Yay!
Just so you can get the biggest umami hit now of fried monkfish and a little bit of Irish caviar and wild mushrooms, and just so you get a little bit of wow.
This is pure decadence.
So guys, the proof is in the tasting.
Fantastic. Yes.
Ladies first.
Oh, thank you. Go on, go ahead. Absolutely.
Oh my God, I'm so ready for this.
It's good.
All right, next. Come on, stop hogging the plate.
I could eat a whole plate of that.
I'll wrestle you for it.
And the reason as well we put it in a big plate, it gives your eyes space to look at it, because you can zoom in on the fish then.
Definitely.
The rest is for me then, right?
Absolutely.
Saltiness on the finish.
Definitely the lovely umami. Well, that's knocked my socks off. Fantastic.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
So hopefully you can take all that learning and just replicate it and then
Exactly.
become monkfish teachers.
Easy, easy.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
For our final stop, we're heading to the birthplace of one of the world's most famous drinks, at Foynes Port, in a quiet corner of County Limerick.
I bet you've written a limerick, haven't you?
I actually wrote one about myself.
Oh, how appropriate.
There was a great beauty called Vanity, whom bullies compared to a manatee. The names they would call left the diva appalled and drove the poor cow to insanity.
Oh, very good.
During the Second World War, Ireland's neutrality made it a safe haven for civilian transatlantic flights, and sleepy Foynes became the unlikely home of a major international airport, even though it didn't even have a runway. What it did have was a sheltered stretch of the Shannon estuary, which was perfect for seaplanes.
This was the runway, a river. So this would have been one of the closest points to the States from Ireland and really from Europe as well. So they just would have gone straight out that way, off over the Atlantic into the States. Amazing, huh? Big trip.
One night in the winter of 1943, a flight bound for New York was forced to return to Foynes after hitting bad weather. The weary passengers were taken to the airport's restaurant, where Chef Joe Sheridan was asked to prepare something to calm their nerves.
He started by warming a glass, into which he put sugar and coffee. Then, in a moment of inspiration, he added a shot of whiskey and topped it with a head of cream.
And that is how you make an Irish coffee. Now it's your turn.
Now this should be fairly simple, I'd imagine, because you literally just did it, but I have a very short-term memory loss problem that may or may not be related to Prozac. So we want to conduct the heat through the spoon. I love this idea that they have here, that you can just put whiskey in something and then it's Irish. I used to know a very sad little man that used to put whiskey in his cereal, and that man, Adi,
Was me.
sitting across from me now. The most important ingredient is the cream.
Well, no, it's the whiskey.
No, it's the whiskey.
It's the whiskey. It's the whiskey. We're going to pour that into the measuring glass there. We're going to do one shot of that.
Yours was a single.
It was a single, yes.
That wouldn't happen in my house. In
Okay.
fact, you'd be kicked out of my house for suggesting such a thing. Next up, we have the cream.
Oh, that's a wonderful creamy top. That's great. That's really good.
Does it look all right?
I think you have done a marvellous job there, Vanity. I'm really, really proud of you. Well
I
done.
can add this to my list of 2 talents.
Go on.
2.5 now.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, yes. Oh, wow. You might have a little bit of cream on your face there.
It happens.
In the days before mass air travel, transatlantic flights were the preserve of the rich and famous. Humphrey Bogart, JFK, and Eleanor Roosevelt all flew through Foynes. But when it comes to true glamour, they've got nothing on Vanity.
Madam.
Hello.
Hello.
Madam.
How are
Madam. Can I refresh you with an Irish coffee? And Captain Adi?
Oh, thank you so very much.
What have you two come dressed as? These are some glamorous old Hollywood looks.
Yes, I'm Maureen O'Hara.
Yes.
Obviously.
The great Irish actress.
That's right.
And who are you?
Can't you tell?
No. No, I cannot.
Scarlett O'Hara.
How could I have gotten that wrong? This plane is rather interesting. 7-course menu, including turtle soup, peach melba, and a prawn cocktail, to name a few dishes.
Yeah. What actually is turtle soup?
Turtle soup is a sort of broth, a soup made with turtle. Listen, everyone, I have had a magical time here in Ireland, but I really do need to get back to London. Soho needs me. Adie, Captain Adie, could you fly me back?
I would be delighted to do that, Vanity.
Well then, let's get wheels up.
Right, strap in. Ready?
I'm ready.
Don't worry, I've done this many times before. Hold on. And here we go.
Next time, cows,
I'll have a latte, please, Marjorie.
cream,
If I leave an empty bottle at my doorstep, will you refill it for me?
I don't know about that. No.
Cocktails.
And you made that?
I made it. Why are you surprised?
No, I'm not. I think that's really good.
And whiskey.
I wonder how many bottles of whiskey each one of these holds.
Not enough for
Not
you.
enough for me.